Welcome to Storytelling DIY. Today our session is different. I am not showing you a new technique. All I want for you is to relax with a story. Once upon a time, not too long ago, there lived a miller with his 3 sons. They all worked in the mill and it was a successful business. When the miller got old and could not handle the day-to-day physical work anymore, he began to think about what should happen with the mill once that he passed. If I divide the mill between my 3 sons, it will not be run as efficiently as it is run now. Each of them have their own ideas as to how to manage it. I have to give the mill to one son only. After he had made up his mind, he called his 3 sons and told them, I can only give this mill to one of you, and to find out who that will be, I will give all of you the same task. Here is the same amount of money for each of you. Take it and fill our barn all the way to the very top. Immediately after the eldest son heard this, he went to their neighbor farmer and bought as many bales of hay as he could get for the money. He trucked it to the barn and started to stack them inside. The barn got fuller and fuller until the last bale got on to the very top. The hay almost reached the rafters, almost, because a cat could still run along the topmost bales. The middle son, in the meantime, had gone to the chicken farmer and bought sacks and sacks of feathers. It was quite a challenge to get them into the bags, and once they were emptied out in the barn, you could not see further than your nose. The barn filled up nicely and higher than with the bales of hay. But still there was a tiny gap at the very top. The youngest son, meanwhile, had done nothing. He just stood there watching his brothers and was chewing on a blade of grass. When it was his turn, he went into the barn, stuck his hands into his trouser pockets, and took out a candle and matchsticks. When he lit the candle, the barn was filled with light. Soon after, the old miller died and the youngest son continued the milling business that was now his. And this is not where this story ends. The miller married and eventually had 3 daughters. They too worked in the mill for many years. When the miller got old and felt his end was near, he remembered his father who had been in the same situation that he was in now. He decided to follow his father's example and called his daughters. I can only give this mill to one of you, and to find out who that is, I will give you the same task. Here is the same amount of money for each of you. Take it and fill our barn all the way to the very top. When the daughters heard this, they sat down under the big oak tree in the garden and started talking. After a while, the eldest got up, took their tractor and trailer and set off to the nearest IKEA store. The middle sister went to the supermarket and bought lots and lots of food. The youngest sister went into the village and invited everyone for a feast the coming Sunday. All week they were busy setting up tables and chairs and cooking in the kitchen. On Sunday, each and every villager came and was greeted with tables full of delicious food. It did not take long, and the barn was filled with joy and laughter. Stay in your quiet mood a moment longer and enjoy the rest of your day.